I'm here in downtown Fort Pierce, and I'm going to show you some foxtail palms, some woodietta bifurcata, commonly planted in Florida. They grow well in a full sun position in zone 10 or higher. You're going to see these planted a lot, and these are showing signs of slight nutrient deficiencies. You can see they're trying to give it some type of irrigation here at the base, but very poor sandy soil, which is typical of Florida. And these were planted from a nursery, and you can see those really widely spaced growth rings from when they were grown in the nursery. They were given plenty of fertilizer and water, and then you see about when it was planted, right about in the middle there, where you see the growth rings start to get closer together, because then it stopped getting all that fertilizer. Maybe it got some irrigation, but that looks pretty dry. I don't think that irrigation system's working anymore. And then you get a palm that has a smaller, kind of tapers toward the trunk at the top near the crown shaft, and has a smaller crown of fronds overall, and kind of these ones don't have the worst deficiencies I've seen. You see it a lot worse in Florida, where they just look really pale yellow, really anemic. These ones look okay. They don't look healthy though, and that's a good example. And then if you compare it here, so the Sabal palmetto, the Florida state tree, it's planted there in really poor soil with no irrigation, but is growing absolutely fine because it has very low nutritional requirements. It's extremely drought tolerant, and it's native to Florida, so it can grow well in these conditions. So in comparison, this is doing quite well compared to the foxtails. The foxtails need a lot of TLC. They need a lot of their fertilizer hogs, and they look best with regular irrigation, or at least with a rich soil. At least if they would put some mulch around the base of the foxtails, they would look a lot better. But that's a little comparison there.